Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and it's Tuesday. It's match day, and it's the return of the Tuesday night match day ticket, and along with its team. I'm thoroughly excited to kick off the campaign on a Tuesday night. Cheltenham first up. What we're going to get tonight, let's wait and let's see. I've got a load of comments coming in. Absolutely love it. I've just put Cruncher in a 5-minute timeout. I wasn't late. But if you work with Neil Mowles from time to time, you will be running slightly behind, as Stephen Thomson will confer. I can see him nodding away in the VIP area, Steve. Yep. But yeah, welcome in, guys. Team is running along the bottom. We'll get into that very shortly. First and foremost, as I always do, thank you so much to our Talking Town Fifth Stand monthly supporters, our TT Ultras, on the screen for you now. Some of them are actually in attendance this evening at Cheltenham, the John Rocks. Is it John Rocks Stadium? I would like to know why it's called that, if it is that one, because interesting name. Jay on roll there, as you can see, is from the Philippines, I believe. So that's great stuff. As always, we do thank you so much for your support. It means the world to us all, and obviously it allows us to keep going, put the lights on, and buy some new equipment, which will hopefully be debuting very soon, including, hopefully, fingers crossed, this Sunday when we cover the ITFC women's game, their home opener. So if you are free on a Sunday, pop down, come and see me and Crunch will be doing that, and watch the ladies kick off their home opening fixture. Really looking forward to that one. So if you are available, do come down and say hello. Right, let's bring in, first of all, our resident aficionado on the channel. He's, of course, Mr. Stephen Thomson. Stephen Thomson.
Oh.
What a shirt. What a shirt, man.
I know, it's a good one. I do like this one, yes.
Love that one.
I thought I'd go for a nice bit of old school town tonight.
Absolutely. It's Tuesday night. It's our first one of the campaign. Are you excited?
I am. It's good to be back. It's strange to be doing a show that isn't a Formula 1 one for a change. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I do like Tuesday night football. So, yeah, bring it on.
Tuesday night under the lights, so to speak. Blue Punch, good evening, chat. Come on, you Blues. Michael, good evening. Fraser on the right or Bonner on the right? Well, I'm going to go with Fraser, Mike, but I do hope it... Well, actually, I don't know. I don't think Bond can play right, so I suppose it will be Fraser. Nick Muller, Ipswich rule all. Absolutely. Elaine wants a score prediction. Elaine, that's a bit later on in the show. That's our bold predictions at 5-2. Do stay tuned. First of all, Stephen, we have got 82 people watching us on YouTube. That number will crawl up. So please do set a like target for the folks at home.
82 likes, going to creep up. Let's go for 150.
I like it. All right, let's go for it.
Bold, let's do it.
I love it. I love a bit of boldness, particularly if it's been Matt Johnson. I follow past purchased. Good man. Good man. Adam Plamblett. We've got to win this one, surely. We absolutely have, Mike D. Looking forward to seeing Edwards. I hope Town don't let them play their long ball game. We've got Joe D in the room. He had a Mackie D's last night, Steve. Do you know, Joe? Creeped out for a Mackie D's. He didn't buy the rest of the room one, which I think is just rude, personally.
Shocking.
But, yeah. Are you a strawberry or vanilla milkshake guy?
I tend to go banana.
Oh, banana.
I like a banana milkshake, you know.
Underrated one. Absolutely underrated. Welcome into the rest of you. We've got Gregory House. Do you ever go to games? Yes. Well, hang on, let me think. Morecambe, tick. Newport, tick. Oh, yes. So I do, Gregory. Do try again next time. I get that all the time, Steve. Do you know? I get it all the time. I know. All the time. Ryan, thank God for iFollow. Absolutely. Mike D's gone vanilla. I do like vanilla. That is my go-to. If I ever get tonsillitis, I always have a vanilla milkshake. It always makes it go down a little bit better. Joe D says budget this month, lads. Well, you shouldn't announce you're going to Mackie D's, Joe, if you're not going to get the rest of us Mackie D's. That's just the rules, my man. You'll know for next time. Lots of scores coming in. First of all, let's bring in... Now, last year, Steve, he wasn't very positive. So we got given the name Mr. Positivity. Yeah. I mean, he had a point, right?
Yeah, you know, there was some in the intro, you know, it was there was truth in that, you know.
Yeah. Again, we've started not great, and you know, again, he could be heading down that path. But here it comes, hopefully, for one of the last few times we can play the ending of his intro. Here's, of course, our resident Mr. Positivity.
Wake up to the, wow. Wake up to the money, turn me right on. You look like you got dressed with no lights on. I Superman that spin like a cyclone. Fit check spin like a cyclone. Wake up to the money, turn me right on.
Yeah, but we're crap. We're not going to dominate any team.
Mr. Neil Mowles, Positivity.
Hello there.
Personified. You need one of these, Neil. You need one of the Brazil's best from awaylaybeers.com. That's what you need in your life. That will make that will make you, in this case, the unhappy man, a happy man. But how are you? You well?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Okay, look, let's go straight in. You saw us all last year. You weren't happy. You saw us against Morecambe. What were your thoughts and feelings as you came away from Morecambe after opening day?
It was fairly positive. Obviously, it wasn't the scoreline you would have wanted prior to the match, but how we actually played and the fact that they're not quite used to each other yet, it looked very good. There were things to be very pleased about. So, yeah.
So now we sit here, 10 days or however many days it is on. We've played Newport and got beat. We've played Burton and got beat. Now, what are you feeling as you sit here on Tuesday before we get into the team for tonight? What are your thoughts? Have they changed a little bit from opening day? Are you a little bit more concerned like some fans are? Or are you pumping the brake and saying we're going to be a good side still? How are you feeling?
It's not great, is it? But I'm just going to try and go with the fact that it's a long season and I'd rather we did the opposite of how we have recently. We can end strong rather than start strong.
Absolutely. Duncan Ferro, welcome in, my man. Good evening, one and all. First game on Saturday since an age. Nice to see some friendly faces. Duncan, we're in the fan zone. Nice and early, aren't we, Neil? Going to be meeting and greeting. Neil will be signing some autographs if you ask him nicely. Lee Brown says it was good to meet you, Neil. Stay positive.
Yeah.
So we'll get some Mr. Positivity face shots sorted out, and we'll get you signing them in the fan zone before the game.
I better sort out my autograph then.
You see, yeah, sort out your John Hancock, Matt Johnson, Carla Brooks. What are the odds? Mike D just back from work. Mrs. has a pad thai. I follow one and a glass of Shiraz. Heaven now need a bloody town win. Well, if we don't win, it might be a bit of Shiraz. Do you like that? Come on, give me some love for that one.
Well played.
Thank you very much. Right, team tonight. Come on, Neil. You can't do any better than that. Don't even start with me. The team for this evening is Haladki in goal, Danassian at right back, Burgess, new signing straight into the lineup, Wolfenden, Penny at left back. No, I'm joking. Harper, Evans, Fraser, Macaulay Bond, Joe Piggott, and Edwards, not Carl Walker, Carl Edwards makes his start this evening. So let's start with the back line. Danassian for Kane Vincent Young with Burgess coming in the lineup. What are we thinking about that one, Stephen Thomson?
Yeah, I quite like it. Danassian's looks okay so far this season. Not as much of the season gone, but when he came in for Enciala, I thought he was quite solid. And they were talking about resting KVY, because he's still coming back after yet another injury. The last thing you want is for him to go out again for another few months. Mm-hmm. So, hopefully Wolfenden can find that sort of rhythm he had and be more consistent, because he's probably been the least impressive, I think, out of anyone so far this season. So I think overall it's decent, but I'll be watching Wolfie.
Watching Wolfie. Obviously a mistake for the goal against Morecambe, Neil, the last home game. Are you surprised any way that the KVY is the one dropping out and it's not a Burgess and Danassian centre half pairing, or how are you seeing that whole situation?
You can only gather that he doesn't believe Danassian's centre half then. As you've mentioned already, that KVY is potentially being rested for not basically he's fresh back and he doesn't want to cause any injuries. That's fair enough. I still have the whole feeling that Danassian's not my favourite player in the world, but he's actually played all right this season, so I just have to push that feeling to one side.
Are you looking forward to seeing the man they call the Man Mountain, Burgess?
Yeah, that's it's good to get these players in, and I want to see them on the pitch.
Okay. All right. Just want to get him on the pitch. That sounds, yeah. The thing is, though, Neil, we've got Burgess coming into the lineup straight, off the back of playing for Stanley through the pain barrier. Coleman says. So, Edmondson again, nowhere near the lineup. I mean, is it a knock? I mean, we've been told it's a knock. You play football yourself. We've all played football. I mean, a knock. This is now our third league game, our fourth game in all competitions since the start of the year. He also missed the Millwall friendly. He's a little bit concerned now.
You don't thinking... miss 3 games through a knock, do you?
This is what I'm asking you. Do you or do you not?
You'd play the next weekend after a knock.
This is it. So are you, knowing Town's history record, a little bit now concerned that Budges are coming straight in? You've got, Donasian playing centre half, then you've got this, that, and the other. It's a bit like the hokey cokey, but it still doesn't appear to be an emerging.
Isn't it a little bit worrying? We've been quite happy with this new regime because they've been quite transparent to basically tell us that this is just a knock and that's it. It sounds a bit of Billy Bull, if you ask me.
Yeah, this is it. Mike D. I follow saying Edwards on right, Fraser on the left. Why? Well, it's I follow. Who knows? I mean, it could be, the intern just decided to put him that way, Mike. Who knows? Let's wait and see how it comes out. Nathan Fraser needs to play in the 10. Matt Johnson, Wolfie makes one mistake, which is partly Penny's fault, in my opinion. He's a decent defender. Ashton, welcome in. New name in the chat. Love to see new names. Ashton, come on down. Joe D. Seeing their ground and I followed. Yeah, I know it is a bit of a come down. Carl Brooks.
It's an odd one.
Probably gone for Donasian to help cope with Tosser's long. I'm going to call him Tosser. Long throw. How tall is Donasian? He's going to help with a long throw. No, I know what you mean, Carl. Possibly. I don't know. I shouldn't worry about their long throw. They'll probably score from it now. I've said that. But we got.
Which side does Burgess play?
Burgess is a left-sider. He's a left.
Okay.
So he'll play on the left side. Wolfie on the right. It'll be Donasian and Wolfie on that right side. Ipswich Town versus Cheltenham, Neil Mowles. Forgetting the long throw, forgetting the run of form, forgetting the amount of new players. It's a win, isn't it? Every day of the week when Ipswich Town should play Cheltenham.
How many games have we said that?
Well, that's what I'm asking you, because there's been a lot of talk about standards from fans since the Newport defeat. So where are your standards? How are you viewing this game through the contextual lens of a Town fan with said standards in place?
Which one is going to be the start of our run of wins?
Well, this is what I'm asking you. Where are you seeing this in the whole? Because I personally, this is a win every day of the week. If we don't win tonight, I'm going to be very upset. Not in the upset of let's see it, sack everybody, fire the whole lot of them, stick them all in a lay-by and leave them all in Cheltenham. But I'm going to be upset because Ipswich Town, European winners, and all of that jazz should not be going to Cheltenham and getting beat. There's a full stop. Exclamation point. How are you seeing it, Steve?
I can't agree more, to be honest.
Yeah, it should be a win, shouldn't it? I mean, Morecambe and Newport should have been wins as well. But, Ipswich Town, going to teams like Morecambe and Newport, nothing against them, of course. But, yeah, going to Cheltenham, we shouldn't be coming away with anything less than 3 points. I'm confident. We're going to get on a run of form sooner or later. I'm confident that tonight's the night.
Okay, so lovely to hear. David said we should win tonight. Brandon, Phil Piggott will score today. I think we'll win it in midfield with Harper and Evans. Need to look over their shows now with Carroll in the building. Dennis Edwards, any team home from promotion needs to be beating Cheltenham. End of. Yeah, spot on. Burton are a side that under Jimmy Floyd has been playing really well. You go there, you play well, you get beat. You don't like it, but you can sort of, take that penicillin-based medicine and move on. Cheltenham, that's a different kettle of fish. Crunchy, you can't expect to win just because of our history. No one's expecting to no, you've got to fight for it, absolutely. But the standard has to be set as fans. The standard for me has to be set that if we don't win, it's Cheltenham. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's expecting to win, Steve, but by all means, last season against AFC Wimbledon, Northampton and co, we didn't win. We got rolled over on a couple of occasions. It was lifeless. It was listless. It was wait until Cookie gets his men in the building. Well, he's got that now, right?
Yeah, and it should be a case of now you look at teams like, again, no disrespect to sort of any of the teams we have played and Cheltenham tonight, but they're teams we should, on paper, be beating. The same as Morecambe, the same as Newport. You know, the teams, you look at them and you think, if you see them line up together, you think, yeah, okay, Ipswich should win this. But we didn't. But tonight, I think it really is, a need to win game.
Again, no one's talking about defining seasons, but you have to set a standard, Rich. You have to. Otherwise, at what point do you say enough's enough, Neil? And I'm not saying that's the case tonight with the defeat. I'm just saying I'm not quite sure what Crunch is really coming with here. I think he's coming from a position of he supports Cookie because he wanted Cookie, so he's going to go with that all season long. Because at what point does the defeat define a season?
Well, a loss tonight. But if we don't win, it's not going to be right. That's it. Season's over. Not at all. But
no, of course not.
You've got to start a winning run.
Third game.
You've got to start a winning run at some point. Otherwise, how far can it go? You could be 4 games in, 5, 6 without a win. You think, okay, should we be concerned now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not about a manager, Neil, getting time, getting a whole season, getting 6 more minutes, getting 12 more games, whatever. I'm sick and tired of Ipswich Town Football Club thinking that in the summer we're going to win the league, and then going to places like Cheltenham tonight and going, well, it's a tough place to go. I don't think Man City are going to Norwich and thinking tough place to go. They're going to Norwich and thinking, yeah, we've got to turn up and compete, but we've got to turn up, compete, and win. That's what we do, right?
Yep. That's down to professionalism of the players. Go out there and do your job.
Spot on. Love it. That's in one sentence, you've just nailed what I've been trying to say for the last 10 minutes. Professionalism. Go out there, do your job, work hard, compete, and win the game. Bon and Pigott up front. We don't know what order they're going to be playing in or how they're going to be playing it. But you got the goal on Saturday, the Morecambe game that you saw. Pigott has performed admirably up front. You're looking to see if those two can be. I think it's the third partnership we've seen this season. How are you viewing Bon and Pigott, Neil?
If Pigott likes to drop into midfield, doesn't he, and do his little part there. Bon likes to run in behind, so it should work. Let's see what they do, and that I've heard a lot of they're brilliant, but I'm yet to really see them firing yet. So let's hope it starts now.
Okay, all right. Carl Brooks, you have not just compared us. Well, yes, actually, I have, because in League One terms, we absolutely, positively should be 100%. 100%. Everything is relative in this world. I know Portsmouth are certainly viewing us as a scalp, Steve, and they're looking forward to, being above us and whatnot.
Can you imagine Portsmouth? If Portsmouth beat us, their fans, Jesus.
Okay. JT, I agree with Crunch. Completely get what he's saying, but if we fail to win tonight, it will be concerning. Again, you've nailed in one sentence what I've been trying to say for the last 10 minutes. So I appreciate that, JT. I'm expecting to win, but won't be losing my head like a lot will if we foul. Mike D, by God, you did say we were pleased after Newport. We played well. That is a different kettle of fish for me because of the lineup. This tonight is our strongest, one of our strongest lineups. I just want to see us turning up, My predictions 2-0 says Ashton. Welcome in, Mr. Ipswich Town. Fraser, Neil, where is Fraser's best position in Ipswich Town's colours? Because he came as arguably the best number 10 in League One. He's played left, he's played right, he's played everywhere but number 10. But does that concern you? Does that give you worry?
I can only say one position for his best position in an Ipswich Town shirt because he's only played in one position. Stuck out on the left. Okay. Where he shouldn't be.
What did you see from his opening day performance? Because obviously you only saw Morecambe, so what did you see from that one?
A lot of the game he wasn't really fantastic for me, especially second half when every time the ball came out to him, he just seemed to basically get closed down and squeezed to the touchline, pretty much looking where he didn't want to be. Was a little bit slow with, say, a back heel to the underlapping left back, and ended up just losing the ball. He did obviously, score, and that was a brilliant piece of play. But can you really say fantastic for that just one piece of play? for me, no. Yeah, I want to see him being more of a linchpin in our team, more centrally, making things happen where he should be.
Yeah, Steve, your thoughts on Fraser?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. Why they keep sticking him out wide, I don't know. I want to see him where he prefers to be, where he's better suited. Give it a bit of time, though. I think it sort of reminds me a bit of Guion Edwards. He's on the wrong side, or he's on the side where he shouldn't be. He's got a preferred place, but you should never start him in it. I want to see him in his preferred place. So, really, apart from that, I've not really got too much to say on him, to be honest, because I haven't seen too much of him. I've missed the first 2 games, so.
No, you've not. He's looked promising. Great opening goal against Morecambe, as Neil will testify. But he got that goal in the number 10 sort of role, Neil. In the area you expect the number 10 to be picking the ball up. So,
yeah, he was slightly left of it, but yeah, I get what you're meaning. Yeah, great bit of play, and he just on the edge of the box, wasn't it, or just inside, and just put it in. Lovely
absolutely.
goal.
We've talked about this. Away Beers Company. We've brought in some class wingers, but are playing League One's best 10 on the wing. Talking of which, Kyle Edwards came on against Burton, looked promising, hit the bar. He starts tonight. I anticipate out wide on the left, but it could be up wide on the right. What are you looking to see from Edwards? You've seen Guion Edwards. You've seen Carl Bennett. Bennett. What do you want to see from Kyle Edwards, Steve?
Well, he looks solid. So, I mean, he's starting. So, I want to see what he can do over the full 90 minutes. I'd love to see him get a goal. I think it'd be brilliant. I don't know if he's left or right, obviously, right now. But, yeah, he can't be any worse than Guion and Keenan. So, I'm intrigued to see it because he did look. He's one of the ones where he came on and you thought, okay, here we go. Yeah, we got something good here. So, yeah, really intrigued. Hopefully, he can have a solid performance and get a goal.
Is he a bit like Townsend when we had him?
Andros. I hope he's a bit better than Townsend when we had him here. He wasn't here very long to really gauge the type of player he was at that point in his career. He was also a young player back then. I think he's going to be a really good player. I know Chris, the West Brom guy we had on the show, couldn't speak highly enough of him. Likes to beat. I think Chris, from memory, Neil was saying that his one issue was he needed to add a bit, a few more clubs to his golf bag, as it were, because he could beat a man by going past them. But once the fullback maybe wised up to it or was a bit better than your average fullback and stopped that, didn't have a lot in the bag to use, different tricks in the bag to try and do something else that would influence a game or get past a defender or have a say in matters. So he needed to develop that side. So Andros Townsend, is he a player that can beat a man? Possibly, but I think he looks to come inside and shoot a lot more, doesn't he?
Potentially, yeah, but I haven't seen him, this guy, I've seen obviously Townsend, but I was thinking that his tricky bit of pace on him, more of a flair type player, someone that's going to be exciting.
That's Edwards, yeah, a flair player. Beats a man, shows it, if you show him down the wing, we'll get a good ball in the box. Just needs to add a bit more to his game from memory. That's what I remember Chris, the West Brom fan, saying. We've got a few comments here. Will Tight, anyone else for that Bon and Piggott are the same striker and don't work well together as a partnership? Neil, thoughts on that one? Bon and Piggott, same striker, don't work well together. What are your thoughts on that?
I have to disagree. You look at them and you think they're both tall strikers, so you believe they're both going to be target men. But from what I've seen, Piggott he comes a lot deeper. Obviously, nothing like Harry Kane, but he drops into midfield like Kane does and tries to do that side of things. Whereas what I've seen of Bon is his more of a on the shoulder, timing that curved run off the defender's shoulder, trying to get them balls put over. They're completely different in that aspect.
I think they could work well. I think they could work well together. Bon's a last man sort of movement attacker, and Piggott's a more traditional hold it up, flick it on. I think the two of them could be really exciting. I think tonight they'll be where our main source of goals come from. Let's see how right I am. Right, 3 minutes to go. Bold prediction time, please. Our first on a Tuesday night. But don't forget, you can get bold, men, with a bit of Manscaped. We've gone years in the UK without using the right tools for the job. Long gone are the days of a razor blade in the mirror. No more shall we look like Sideshow Bob down there. Manscaped have redesigned the electric trimmer. Their engineering team have perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer created and have just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 in the UK. Their third generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents because nobody wants a bloodbath in the bathroom. Did I tell you it's got waterproof technology so you can dim those lights, get yourself in the shower and groom to your heart's content? Whatever you do, however you do it with Manscaped's Lawnmower 3.0, and don't forget you can get 20% off and free delivery with the code TT. Manscaped.com. Make your testies their besties. Right, then a few scores coming in. Lee Anderson 1-0. Cole Brooks 3-1. Love that sort of boldness. Jerry Maguire 3-0 Town. Crunch has gone 3-0. Ryan's gone 2-0. Away day beers. I'll be having my Brazil's best in a second, but that's 3-1 from him. Neil, bold prediction time, please.
2-1.
2-1. I'll have it. It's 3 points. It's a win. It gets us off the mark. Mr. Thompson, what are you saying?
3-0 Town.
3-0 Town. All right. I'll have that. I'm going to go 4-1 Town. I think we should be smashing them. I think we will smash them. I think tonight could be the night it clicks. Mike D, he's also thinking similarly. Wise men, me and Mike. 4-1. 2-0, the good doctor says. 3-1 says Nick Muller. 3-1 says Facebook user. Lots of 3-1s. The last time I saw that was Northampton last year. It was 0-0. That was the first time I saw it. And then I saw it a lot of other times and we got beat that night. So let's wait and see. We're back a bit later on. Obviously at full time to have your say. So join us then. But yeah, come on you Blues. Let's do it.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding us back now. Let's move closer to a new history, find out what we can be.